Welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Experience podcast, inside the business, buzz, and brilliance of Black entrepreneurs. Here is your host, Dr. Frances Richards.
What happens in Vegas goes all over the world on Black Entrepreneur Experience, episode number 399. Thank you for joining us as we elevate the Black Entrepreneur Experience by interviewing CEOs, thought leaders, innovative thinkers, and Black entrepreneurs across the globe. I'm your host, Dr. Frances Richards. Do you want customers that feel like friends and raving fans that are connected to your business long term? We're excited to welcome to the mic business strategist, brand visionary, market disruptor, Carrie Thomas-Omáur. I've given our audience such a brief bio. Why don't you fill in the gaps and share with our audience what you'd like them to know about you and your business?
Yeah, so my name is Carrie Thomas-Omáur. I actually started my business July of 2019. And I always like to say that was my catalyst moment of where everything that had happened in my life all came to fruition. So a little bit about my background. I actually was adopted when I was 6 months old. I found out at 6 years old. Of course, we have those big brothers that are like, "You're not my real sister anyway." And I tried to brush it off, but it was my cousins that were looking around and they were like, "Oh no, you have spilled the beans." So I remember running down to my mom and dad and asking them, "Bam said I'm not his real sister anyway." And my parents are old school, so they had the roll top desk. And they walked over to the roll top desk and they pulled out the papers and they told me that I was adopted. And I always like to say that moment for me was this catalyst or like this flip that switched inside of me that made me feel like I had to earn my spot and earn my place. So I like to say that's when I truly became a performer and I truly started to live my life for other people's happiness and always trying to figure out how could I be liked? How could I make sure that I was always picked? So I went through my life kind of really going through that mask that a lot of people have of like, well, I want to be liked. I want to please other people. And I remember right when I was getting ready to start my business, I kept realizing that I kept having these cycles of amazing highs and amazing lows. And now looking back, one of the things that I like to say is like, that was that internal discord because there was a version of me that wanted to put myself out there. But there was also a version of me that was scared because of societal standards and wanting to be liked in that need. And I remember having that moment of like, I know that there's something else for me, but I have to get out of this cycle. How do I get out of this cycle? And I got out of this cycle by asking for help. So I asked for help and luckily I have amazing best